So, we got a pimp for a trooper. We've got so many things we're going to talk about tonight. Would you be mad if your husband tricked you into naming your kid a Batman character? And the Batman Armory, Superman trailer, and a bunch of other things happened this week. It's time for Points of Articulation. Welcome back. Sorry for the shitty introduction. I forgot to write my script, and I was not prepared to improvise. But that's okay. The show must go on. The show must frickin' go on. Today we have a wonderful panel. Should I bring them out? I think I should. We have. There they are. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Also, we're waiting on Brother Cousin. He may come a little later, but he is coming home from a Christmas party, and if he doesn't make it, oh, that's okay, because we're just an internet show, and it's an internet show, so I'm not paying him millions of dollars to be here, although hopefully one day. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Your audio is a bit off.
My audio is not working?
Yeah, it was up and down, the volume of it.
Oh. How about now?
Just need to be louder, Costa.
Yep.
Or I just bring it up here. How about here? Okay, but then can you hear this? Wait, can you hear this?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do points of articulation, all right? We're going to have 3 rounds. It's a game show. They're going to fight it out. They're going to duke it. Ugh. Punching in the face is okay. It's okay because they're not in the same room. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody's equal here. So what we do, we have 3 rounds. After each round, we will show the scores. Now they get scored by me. And I decide whether what they say is good, and you'll hear this. And if it's complete garbage, you'll hear this. All right. And then after all 3 rounds are done, the winner will get 30 seconds to a minute for anything they want, except their channel, because we'll talk about their channel anyway at the end. That's hogging if you do like twice your channel. Like, oh, it's all about me and my channel. No, this is my channel. No, I'm kidding. So why don't we just start it off? You know what? I was gonna put a picture up of John Wayne, but you know what? Let's not put a picture up of John Wayne. We have an idea. We saw the John Wayne this week. This question's not actually about John Wayne. Now, this week, 𝗏𝗏 announced John Wayne for pre-order. I love that 𝗏𝗏 are creating figures for characters from classic movies. I have their Inspector Clouseau, and it is amazing, really. One of these days, I'm going to empty out this closet and get all of my toys out so I can enjoy them, because that Inspector Clouseau is great. I need to get a second body for the policeman part of it. They have also recently announced Jareth from Labyrinth, Conan from Conan the Barbarian, and Brandon Lee's Crow. So I'm really excited about those too. If you could have 𝗏𝗏 make a classic character of your choosing, who would it be? Helen.
Oh, classic character. You threw me for a curveball as to what this question was going to be.
Baby. Classic movies.
Goodness, classic movies. So yeah, clearly that's why I'm here, because of my knowledge of classic movies. Come
on,
look,
you know
I'm a child of the 80s, and a movie I was obsessed with was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So I would absolutely love Matthew Broderick Ferris Bueller. He could have the jacket and the sunglasses, and I just thought he was too cool for school. I absolutely loved that movie. So is that a classic? Probably not, but childhood Helen loved that, and I should have
defined classic. I should have defined like really classic. I would say in this day and age, we'll go the 1900s. 1900s. So you're in the 1900s.
Okay.
The 80s counts. It is. I mean, like in the list that I gave you, Jareth from Labyrinth and Brandon Lee. So those are 80s and those both are 90s. So
Yeah.
so yeah, it's fine. That's a good one though. I do like Ferris Bueller. What about you, S-Beam and chat? Let me know. What would you like Caustic Plastic to make you? Any figure, not let's just say the typical, Predator and Alien and the movie licenses that they have. What would you like to see from them? S-Beam, go for it.
Jareth is 80s, 86. Just by the way, he's not 90s.
Oh, is it?
I'm looking for, yeah, he's 80s. Labyrinth is 86.
I questioned myself. No, I questioned myself. I said 80s first, and then I'm like, and yeah, you're right.
I'm looking forward to that one too, by the way. I was a huge fan of Labyrinth growing up. Definitely, I mean, it's classic, and yet it's modern, but I would really like Caustic Plastic to take over the Doctor Who license.
Oh!
Because Caustic Plastic, they throw in some things that are like diorama pieces sometimes, and getting stuff from any one of those doctors would be awesome. I have 3 of them, but then what's their faces? That originally Big Chief Studios, Big Chief.
Yeah,
they went under.
Out of business.
So no more Doctor Who's. The plan was to get them all, but not
I
happening.
feel I only have. I don't know if you can. It's David Tennant. It's the 10th Doctor. That's who I have.
No.
But,
I have Tennant, Matt Smith, and I have Pertwee.
Oh, nice.
So.
I need to get Matt Smith, definitely. But that's a good. I want somebody's got to take that license over for myself. Since we're gonna have time here, I would like Young Frankenstein. Like, I know there have been customs of Young Frankenstein, but let's get I want to roll in the hay. I want Frau Blücher. I want the monster. Somebody needs to do that license. Like, seriously. Cool. You know what? I'm giving myself a point for that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's for me. That's for me. Let's see. Did anybody post Ghetto Yoda says Super Cop Jackie Chan. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow. And I knew Michael Moose would say this. Yes, Dr. Strangelove. That I agree. I would like those too. And you know what? I think Caustic Plastic is in that area where they could do those movies. And you got to think like Ferris Bueller and Labyrinth are almost 40 years old, right? Or almost 40 years old, because you said 86. Ferris Bueller was either the same year or a little later. But don't quote me on that. Look it up online. Let's see what Pedro says. I need a Maestro Lone Wolf McQuaid. Ooh, nice. Made with authentic Chuck Norris beard hair. Okay. Good luck getting that from Chuck Norris. Unless you're paying Chuck Norris a lot of money, I'm sure he'll give it up for the right amount to do it. Yeah. That's Moose says Dr. Strangelove is 60 plus years. Yeah. I know that, sir. I was talking about Labyrinth. But yeah, that's a good one. All right, let's move on to the next thing. And here we go. So, James Gunn dropped his trailer for the new Superman movie. Personally, I have complete faith in James Gunn because I love the man. I love his movies. I've watched Suicide Squad like 8 billion times. I don't even know why, but I love it. And Peacemaker. Anyway, is Superman going to be the hit we deserve? S-Beam.
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ, maybe.
I liked the trailer. I don't want to get myself hyped because as much as I do and enjoy James Gunn stuff, Guardians especially, I don't know if I'm ready for a Superman and Friends movie. So that's what
I'll
this
give
pretty
you
much
that.
is.
I'll give you that.
If you're rebuilding a universe, I mean, you don't have to copy the MCU mold, but
Yeah.
at the same time, they did it right, and I'm cool with Crypto. It's just the ensemble cast catches me off guard a little bit and worries me, especially the first look at Green Lantern. So I don't know. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm trying to go in with very low expectations so that I give it a true, honest opinion when I first see it. Yeah, I'm.
Hold on. We got a guest.
Oh.
We got a guest.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome. Hold on.
Hey,
let me stop the. Let me pull this out. Welcome.
What's up? How you doing? How you doing tonight? How y'all doing?
Good. We pretty much just started.
Awesome.
So you're not. Yeah. You're not too far behind.
Awesome. Awesome.
how
That
are
means
you
I can
doing
still.
tonight?
There's a chance. There's a chance I can still win.
Listen. I should have just told you because you're coming home from a Christmas party.
Yep.
like why? I there's no obligation to be on the show. So
Of course
I do
it is.
appreciate.
No,
I
man.
do appreciate you being here.
I like giving my word. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I gave you my word, so I gotta do it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Costa. Come on, man. You know what it is.
Well, thank you. So the first question I asked was about Caustic Plastic having classic licenses.
Yeah.
If you had a choice of any like classic character or classic movie license for Caustic Plastic to produce, who would it be? What would you like to see? That hasn't been like announced already.
That hasn't been announced. I would love. It's kind of redundant at this point, but I would love for Caustic Plastic to do the whole line. I mean, the whole line of the Lost Boys. I know we got David from Sideshow. David from Sideshow it's a good figure. It is. It's a good figure. But could it be better? Absolutely. Could I think they do better? Yeah, and I want the whole line. Alex Winter, Billy Burke.
So you don't think Sideshow is going to give you the rest of that line?
I think we'll get Michael, and that's it. And that's kind of in line with what NECA did. Well, at the time, I think they were called Real Toys. They did that that's what they did with those figures back then. They gave us David and they gave us Michael, and that was about it. But I would love for them to do, like I said, Marco, Alex Winter, Billy Worth, like all of them, I want them to do the whole crew. And you got to give us the Frog Brothers. Come on. I need that. I need a 160-year-old Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. Come on now. I think that would be, it would be niche. It would be super niche, but I think it would definitely
do you really think it would be niche like in Lost Boys? I guess if you go down the line, because it's not like, I guess you get the the main vampire, the mom's date guy she's dating or whatever. Is that their school teacher too, or principal? I can't remember, man.
Max was the he was the owner of the video store, and he just was dating your mom.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. It's not with all the it's so much good stuff that's in the 80s that's not. I would think that's not it's not the quintessential go-to with a lot of people. So that's why I would like to see done. I mean, even more niche and even more out there with Night of the Comet. That would be a great. Oh my God.
Right. There we go. All right, I'll give you that. I wasn't gonna give you points for Lost Boys because I wanted something new, but I'll give you Night of the Comet.
Took me a long time to get there. Sorry.
Yeah. But you got there.
I got there. Oh.
All right. Now we're on to the second thing. SB, do you have anything else to add? You pretty much
yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. But I just hope James Gunn doesn't disappoint. That's all.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. Like I since like Man of Steel, I've been wanting another standalone. But I love James Gunn stuff. What about you, Helen? What do you think about the new trailer?
Well, super fun fact, I actually don't watch trailers. I feel like trailers give too much away.
All right, should I shut
No, it's fine. It's fine, because you know what happens? Like, in this connected world we live in, as much as I was avoiding the trailers, and I was going to make this point, like, you know, the Facebook algorithm wants to suggest you things from different news websites. So even though I didn't watch the trailer, like, I've seen Green Lantern, and is it like Mr. Terrific and Crypto and all this stuff, and I just I feel like they give away the best parts of the movie in the trailer. So I made it was during COVID, I made a conscious decision to stop watching trailers because it was with the Black Widow movie, and I think because it kept getting delayed, they kept bringing out trailers, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to see the whole movie before I get to the cinema. So I don't watch them. I'm the kind of person who likes to go to the cinema and be surprised. I know that's not how a lot of other people are. They want to know every little thing. But I think, you know, when you're a DC fan, you're always kind of hopeful that the next movie's going to be good, and maybe that'll be the start of a bit of a rejuvenation for the cinematic universe. So I guess it's a clean out. We're starting with new actors, new iterations of characters. So I think I'm like SB maybe, like I'm hopeful. And this is the thing, rebooting everything. Hopefully that's the fresh start that they need. And I hope they just go back to having their own identity and stop trying to be like Marvel. Like the things I loved about the DC movies that got me into DC, like Batman and Batman Returns. It was dark, it was gritty, it was a little bit different. I hope that they can find their own path and find their own identity in the sort of cinematic space, and that it's onwards and upwards, because it's been pretty dark times as a DC fan of late.
Yes, it has. There's been some bright spots, you know, with the Batman, and like I said, I enjoyed James Gunn's DC stuff. What about you, Jay? Do you think this is going to be like, is it going to be a hit? Is it going to like restart? I know we talked about it Thursday a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said on Thursday, like when I was prepared to hate on this. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like. I still don't like the suit. I don't know if it's gonna grow on me. I just don't know. I don't like it. I think the Henry Cavill suit was perfection, and I do not like what they did to Henry Cavill in that universe. It really pains me that we're not going to get those iterations anymore. You had a damn good Batman, probably one of the best Batman with Ben Affleck. Best looking Batman in my opinion. You had a great Superman.
Wait, best looking? I guess you're
with the costume.
Yeah.
I think
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Although Pattinson, he's a slice.
Yeah, he's dreamy.
Edward, Team Edward.
And I hear he sparkles. You know,
Cedric. My boy. Sorry.
But no, I think you had that. You had he's a great looking Batman. You had awesome Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. I mean. I think she did. Look, I get it. The second movie. Okay,
They didn't cast a Greek actress for the Greek role of Wonder Woman. She's from Themyscira, which is a fake Greek place.
Yes,
but it's still.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm kidding,
but still,
she was good. You know what? I will give you that point only because that's the only role that she is decent in for me. She ruins a lot of stuff, like the movie she was in with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds.
I didn't ruins. That's pretty. It was okay
for me.
But everyone has that actor that they can't, and
I thought
we all have one that we just, as soon
I
as you
thought
say
I
that
never
name, you're like,
would.
I cannot.
I think
Jared Leto.
I loved her. See, the thing is, I loved her in Fast and Furious. And I thought she was good. And as Superwoman, I mean, damn Superwoman, Jesus, as Wonder Woman, I think she did well. I think that first Wonder Woman movie holds up. That was a damn good movie, and that came out at a time when. And I give it to DC. See, the thing is, people don't give DC enough flowers. Even that iteration of the DCEU, that was the first. They were the first to do like a full-fledged major motion picture centered behind a female superhero. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we got Helen Slater with Supergirl back in the day, but I mean, on that level, that was a $1 billion movie. And it was a damn, yes, the ending, they kind of fizzled out with stuff going in the air and all that. Yes. But up until that point, it was a damn good period piece and was a damn good film. Now, the second one, the second one's kind of dog shit. I get it. I like the second one because the second one showcases my home in the best way. I mean, it's like a love letter to a place I grew up with. It shows Georgetown. I grew up in Georgetown. Was born in Georgetown. So how they shot it, the cinematography of it, you would have to live there to know, like, oh my God, I know exactly where I walked right through there. Oh my God, I know that mall. I know that mall. They were, oh my God. So for me, I'm looking at it I love it from on a different level because it showcases my home in a beautiful way. But script, everything, oh my God, could have been way better. I don't know what they were thinking. They just could have did that. Even with the villain, they could have did way better. I think Kristen Wiig didn't do a bad job, but she just had to deal with she had to work with what she had, which was dog shit.
Yeah, but we're hoping
back
that
to the
Superman
trailer.
is a hit. They had listen. We have the Batman. The Penguin was good.
Yeah.
So it's a good, and they're not technically in the DCU, but
they need to pull them over.
I have faith in Gunn. I have faith in Gunn.
I have faith in Gunn. No, but I'm sorry. Going back, looking at the trailer, I talk too much. I'm sorry. Going back to the trailer, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It is a beautiful trailer.
I kind of had a bad day that day. There was a lot of silly shit going on. But when I saw this, it was beautiful. And that was a way to say it. And I think crypto had a lot to that. Being a dog owner and anybody I mean, come on. Yeah, it just tugs at your heartstrings. And yes, I know some people were talking trash, like, oh my God, yeah, the cape on a dog doesn't work for me. It's cute. Come on. Just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need that campiness. You just need that. I think they made it work. I'm sorry.
I loved the trailer. Also, Helen, they didn't show really much. They're like, you're like, what the fuck is going on? What is this shit? I don't understand. Okay, there's Lois. There he is with hair. There's his dog, Crypto. There's some weird haircut on a Green Lantern. Actually, at first, I didn't realize that was Guy Gardner because I was like, that's the villain that got him because he's shooting green out of his thing. And I was like, oh shit, wait, that's Nathan Fillion.
That mop just didn't do it. That didn't do it for me. That was the only part of the trailer. I'm like, dude, they could have cut that out.
They probably, you know how many jokes there are probably about that hair in this movie? There's probably like 25 jokes just for that hair.
Mm-hmm.
Just for that hair. But yeah, I enjoy, and my man here is Lex Luthor. I think he's gonna kill it.
I think so.
We are done our first round. Awesome. Wow, that was spicy a little bit. Not really spicy, like not in a bad way. It was like upbeat. We're like, but here we are. We have Helen at 5, Jay at 4, and SB at 4. What did 𝗙𝗏 Yoda say? The cape on the dog is some comic book fun. Yeah, we can have some comic book fun. While we're at it, let's say hi to the chat. We've said hi. Hello, Michael, 12-inch Moose Stream, my man. Pedro, the stat boy. Yes. 𝗙𝗏 Yoda. He's My dude, write down the I-95. And yes.
There he is.
Randall says, "Buy 𝗙 𝗀. Buy 𝗙 𝗀, everybody. Just buy it. It's they make the best sculpted celebrities ever. You want Cedric Diggory? Well, you're not gonna get Robert Pattinson. You'll get a stump double, Jim Crawley. Anyway." Did you see their Cedric Diggory? His like face is like he looks mad.
Right.
When they made him. I hope like someone gets the worldwide license. I know InArt has the China license and so does whatever, but we need like a better company to do worldwide.
Yes,
and
I think InArt
like,
also has Australia and New Zealand for the Harry Potter license because Pop Culture is selling those figures as well.
Wait a sec. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's good to know. Because I like using Pop Culture from time to time. I've got several figures from them, so
yeah, they're good. Pop Culture is good. Oh.
They just don't get their InArt stock quickly. So before anybody orders and complains, because I know they still haven't even gotten the InArt Superman in, so it's not quicker going through an official distributor. Just disclosure for everyone.
Is it quicker than Spec Fiction? Because a lot of people
that's mostly
having
InArt too, though. That's mostly InArt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why that. Like everybody's all mad at.
But what I don't get
Spec
is
Fiction.
you have licenses in very limited regions.
Mm.
Like, wouldn't you want to incentivize people ordering from your official distributors, but then you're sending stuff out to other places? So that's what I guess confused me, because I hadn't heard if anybody had gotten a Superman from Pop Culture, because I think that was the first InArt figure they had on their website. So I just messaged them and asked, and they were like, "No, we're still waiting for the stock." And I was like, "Oh goodness, that's."
Because I still haven't gotten mine from Kit yet, so Kit hasn't sent me mine.
Yeah, it's definitely all of it's an InArt thing. Like, you have to wait for it to get to you before you can give it out to other people. It's just
I will say, I think with the Superman, I think this has come out, and probably because it's not a lot to that figure, and it's really only one SKU. I think they got it out a little faster than others. You know, so I mean, come on, people are still waiting for it. I get it, but at least that one is not like the Batman. Like the Batman was crazy, and that one came out. What was it? February, March, and it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
People now, and still people are waiting to receive it. So that's a little crazy.
Very crazy. I want to say hello to Renz Tolentino, my friend. By the way, thank you for putting me on the list of when stuff gets released. That's been very helpful. And I feel very honored that I made that list. So thank you. Everybody else talks about it. I want to be. Listen, I'm a small little channel over here.
Whatever.
I'm trying to get respect from the community.
You're the display god. Please, you're the display god.
Hey, I'm not on that list.
I didn't even know there was a list. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, thank you, Justin McFly, my dude. Welcome. And I think that's everybody. And we're back from our commercial break. One day I will make sure I have commercials for every show. I need to make like 10 of them and rotate them in, because that would be fun. I have a lot of commercial ideas. But anyway, moving on to the second round, where we play buy or sell. I feel like Chris Jericho, you guys are on the list.
You're on the list.
Yes.
Yep.
That was the best Chris Jericho too. It was.
That was good. Yeah.
Was it? It was probably horrible.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. I don't watch modern wrestling. So
it's so much.
Don't even.
It's so much.
Don't even.
So much good stuff, dude. So much good
Oh,
stuff. Tribal Chief. This doesn't
one.
mean anything to you. Tribal Chief. Acknowledge me means nothing to you. Yes.
No, I don't watch modern wrestling. I don't like it. Windman. When I was a kid, before I started I wrestled in high school, and when I was wrestling, I refused to watch the WWF at the time because I was like, that's fake. It's not the real. It's not the wrestling I do. It's fake wrestling. Anyway,
then Kurt Angle comes in.
Yeah, right. Windman42, welcome, sir.
Windman, what's up?
All
bro?
right, here we go. Buy or sell. The Clear Armory from Dark Knight Rises with arms crossed Bruce Wayne was released this week. Arms crossed because he is just like, hey, look at me. I'm standing in front of my armory in my workout clothes and my brace. And I just want you to just look at me because I'm stern looking. I'm like, wait, what should I be doing? Should I do some bench presses? Maybe I should do some, I don't know, curls or something. Because that's what I feel like he's doing in these pictures. There were mixed thoughts on the head sculpt, though. It looks like
as there always
Bale
is
to me.
As it always is.
Buy or sell the new armory and figure, Jay?
Oh wow. This would be a buy for me. But it's not. And the reason why, as good as it is, I want to say that first. I'm a boast it. I'm a glaze all over this because this
it's a sell.
It looks great. It does. It looks so good. You get the note. You get the updated suit. The updated suit from the DX19. This looks damn good. The clear acrylic with the weapons in it. My God, it just looks. It really looks good. And then the display options. This is just a fun set. Old me would have bought this and would have went to town and had fun with it. The problem with this is it's so scene specific.
What's new you?
It's so scene specific. New me is just buying a little more cautiously. Because there's always something else coming around the corner. There's always something coming around. And we know what's coming around the corner. We have the other suited and booted Bruce Wayne in front of the armory. And that's the armory that, has the black panels in the background. You get him in the suit, then you have him in the bat suit as well. It's just, in my opinion, it's a better purchase. And you're getting a better Bruce Wayne figure. And that Bruce Wayne figure, actually, you have more articulation with that figure. This is very scene specific. Now, if you're just doing a Dark Knight Rises collection, yeah, I can see you get that. If you got everything Dark Rises, and I know a lot of people just got Bane, which I need Bane. If anybody out there got Bane, help your brother out. But Ray, sorry,
none of the Rays.
Some of the Ray, somebody, one of them Rays got it. But my thing is I think it's so scene specific. It's good. But there's another one coming around the corner.
Okay.
And I think that one is more bang for the buck, in my opinion. I like the Bruce Wayne in the suit. I mean, that's, to me, you're getting a more, billionaire, version of him, not him just in it. Like I said, you got him in the suit doing a pose. I mean, I understand why they went with that. It makes complete sense why they went with that. And why they went with the, it would have been nice if those arms could pull off and they could have, those arms detached and they could put others. I agree. You said that the other night. So that would have been their selling point. But because he is just there doing that pose, and yes, you could take the head sculpt off and put him in the suit and all that. You have options there. But I just think with the other one that's coming out in 2025, you're going to have more options, and it's more of the one that it's more of the more iconic suit up, not gantry, but more iconic armory.
Yeah, the armory. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Helen? Are you buying or selling this? I know you're a huge Bale Batman fan, so
yeah, it dominates my collection. Look, I think your position is going to depend on how long you've been collecting Hot Toys. I think if you're new to Hot Toys, I think this would be a set that appeals. The original Armory came out quite a while ago, and we have to remember this came out for pre-order before they did the 2.0 of the original Armory. So for someone like me, I've got that original Armory. I feel like there's only so many casual Bruce Waynes that you need in a collection. So it's not one for me, but I think there's elements of this I can appreciate. And I, for one, am a little bit bummed that both of the new Batman suits are kind of hidden behind these bundles of an armory, because I think this Batman suit looks like the best one we've gotten. They've made improvements to the proportions on the DX19. Some of the common issues that people would go to customizers for, like the neck, like the shoulders, we see those proportions are improved in this suit. I think we see more details with that kind of grey shading and paneling. I think it's a much improved suit, so I'm hoping it down the line that comes out as like a solo release. But I think as much as it's not for me, there's things that I can appreciate about it. I do think the detail on the armory, as far as like the water and the dew effects, looks really great. And this Bruce Wayne, like, look, the it's like a watery.
I didn't realize that they put like
it's a deliberate, So that's deliberate. But even like I can appreciate that they've tried something different, and I think there's a little bit of innovation here. So when you think of like Hot Toys Power Pose figures, they've never done that with people. It's always been things like King Shark or Hulkbuster or an Iron Man figure. So the fact they've gone this route to give us a figure that's seamless, I like the idea behind it. Is this the best thing that anybody wants? Probably not, but I like this idea, and it makes me hopeful that could we see a seamless Nurse Joker down the line? Like, I would absolutely love that. And for that to be seamless in a power pose would not bother me at all, because a Nurse Joker to do seamless is so hard. So many Joker sculpts have a neck, and seamless bodies have necks. And I'm not in the business of cutting necks off sculpts. So I think there's a lot to like about it. And if you're a newer collector, I could see there being a lot of hype about getting this. But I think if you've been in the game for a while, this is probably not the one that you want.
And Moose makes a kind of the similar, like, did you get the one with Alfred? Is that the one that you have, Helen? Okay. Yeah. So he's making the same thing. He got the original armory. Yeah, you don't need it. What about you, SB? What do you think? Are you going to buy or sell this armory?
You're muted, bro.
Yeah.
So I have to go right now. I mean, there's pretty much everything was said. But no,
I'm sorry. That's
very valid points from both of the other panelists as well. But yeah,
you get one for that.
This obviously comes down to style, because the 2.0 is, like Jay said, around the corner, coming about next summer. So it all depends on style. How you want your armory to look. Do you want the glass look? Do you want the first look with the foam background, which is a really nice one, because I had the one with Alfred, but I sold that one off. So I was going to get that 2.0 because it came with a Bruce Wayne. Now I just need to find another Alfred, but no worries there. I'll get there eventually. But yes, it's style. What do you want your bat armory to look like? You want this one, or you want that one, or you can get both and have two armories, and you can kit bash this Bruce Wayne. By the way, you can just take off Bale's head and put a Stone Cold Steve Austin head on there, and for all you wrestling fans on there, so
that's a damn good idea.
It's already on there, so it's Stone Cold Steve Austin all the way if you do it. So.
I love that.
Yeah, you get the knee brace. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Damn it, SB, you may have sold it to me. And I have a Steve Austin head sculpt, so that was going to be my plan. Oh. But I'd rather have the Bruce in the suits, so I'm going with the 2.0 of the other.
There you go.
So this one's a sell for me.
But no, I think that
says hell yeah for the Steve Austin idea. By the way,
hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? I mean, yeah, it's a great option. That's the thing. It's a great time. It just shows you where Hot Toys is at this point. That they're giving us this option and cornering the market the way they are. And I think that's good. It comes definitely to style and how and for the people that already have a gantry like Moose does, I can see how this could be appealing to to add to the collection, especially if you're an avid Batman collector, especially if you're a Dark Knight collector, which the whole Dark Knight, that's what started me in Hot Toys back in 2009. So I get it. I think the Dark Knight is some of Hot Toys' best. So for them to give us this makes total sense, and to give us the option of total sense.
And in closing, I do also think that if they're going to make an upgraded suit for this, they should up they should do the 3.0, the DX, whatever the next DX number is, or will be. They should give the Dark Knight fans, the suit that's been fixed in most cases. Although Ren says that the cowl is still a little off. I don't know. I don't pay that close.
And they'll fix that in that DX.
Attention.
They'll fix that in that DX and sell it to you.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't notice things like that. Like my my DeLorean. I don't realize that there's things not on it, like little zip ties and shit. I don't realize. I love it. Anyway, moving on. Hot Toys releases Ant-Man from Quantumania. The head sculpt has suffered some softness, but the suit is hot. I love it. Love that suit. Buy or sell Ant-Man. Helen.
I think this is a sell for a number of reasons. So I think we've had at least four versions I can think of Ant-Man. So each solo movie has gotten an Ant-Man, and we have the Ant-Man from Civil War. So I think there's enough on the market, and I think from movies that probably are held a little bit more dearer in collectors' hearts, like Quantumania wasn't the most loved movie. I think the first Ant-Man movie was really solid. Even the Civil War one, if you're going to have him in a team-up display with Avengers, maybe that's the option you go with. So for me, I feel like, for whatever reason, these Paul Rudd heads have become so indecisive to collectors, and I take the blogger photos with a grain of salt, because we saw with that Bruce Wayne, like the people that provided us with in-hand footage, it looked a lot better. Was it right? No, I still think they shouldn't have changed the hair from the original prototype, but with this, I kind of take it with a grain of salt. I'll wait to see someone like Figure Hideout or whoever show me what this sculpt actually looks like. But I just think when you're getting down the line and there's 4 iterations of a character, I think if you really like Ant-Man, you've probably already got one in your collection. So I don't see this as being oh my God, I have to get this. And I think I will be quite keen to see, is this a figure that has high production numbers? Is this something that's going to sit around and then become a bit of a bargain basement figure? Because I think both this and the Wasp, I can't see them being particularly popular figures. And I think as well, if you've wanted an Ant-Man and a Wasp, you've probably already got them in your display. So for me, I think this is probably an easy skip, particularly, when you look at all the announcements Hot Toys making. J&D's dropped a teaser last week as well, so they're not dead and buried in 6 scale. There's just too much other stuff, I think, to be buying sort of figures that may be a bit redundant to your collection because you've already got an iteration.
Very good points. S-Beam, are you buying or selling this?
Buying. This Ant-Man's pretty cool. So I don't know when we'll see Ant-Man again. I mean, most likely in one of the Avengers movies we'll see him again. But I want the final suit of the trilogy as well. So that's what I'm looking after. And hopefully that head sculpt turns out pretty good. And then you can, if you have another one, then you can have one with the head sculpt and one without the head sculpt. So it's nice to have multiple figures that way. For that reason.
Did anybody review this yet?
I feel like I haven't seen a lot on it, and I think because things like the armory and whatnot dropped, that's where the focus went to this week. I don't feel like I've seen anything about this figure.
Yeah, definitely got lost in the shuffle. I believe Sideshow did do a quick look on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Are
you buying or selling this?
Honestly, to be quite honest, I do not know. And the reason why, I kind of don't like the head sculpt. I don't like the Scott Lang head sculpt. I think he looks a little sad. I think
he turned out sad. It's Paul.
He looks a little, but it does look like Paul Rudd. It does look like Paul Rudd. It is a vast improvement on the cheese eating grin we got from last time. So the Paul Rudd head sculpt does look good, but it just, I don't know. I think, like what Helen was saying, I think it's just so much that came out this week. It's a little overwhelmed. He's kind of lost in the couple at this point right now. And I think it's safe to say, even though I mean, I love Ant-Man. I love all MCU stuff. I do. Well, most of it. Well, especially of the Infinity Saga. But Ant-Man isn't the most exciting character at this point right now. He isn't. That Quantumania, the movie, wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't that good. So I also think that takes a hurting on it. And I'll be honest with you, with the other releases that came out, that Kang figure is completely exceptional. The Wasp figure, I like that figure a lot. I think he's kind of, I'm not going to say he's he's the star of the show, so you gotta get it, but he's not the most exciting. I think the most exciting of this line is the Kang figure, in my opinion.
Agree.
Definitely think that's a great, especially, oh my god, with the LEDs and the helmet. Oh my god, the figure is just amazing. But if you're going to collect this line, it's kind of like you kind of gotta get them, if you're going to collect the line, but also you kind of don't at the same time, because like Ellen was saying, there's a lot of them already out. There's a lot of there's a lot of Ant-Man to pick from. It just happens, I think this is the best overall, and that's what we want from different variations. I think this is the best overall Ant-Man, because that suit does look good. The posability looks good. Now I have the original Ant-Man from the first movie. Not the best posing figure. It's not. I love that suit. Looks good, but not the best posing figure. You can do a lot of posing with this one. The articulation is better. The suit looks good. That looks great right there. The head sculpt, like I said, he just looks a little sad. Like he looks bummed out with his own figure, is what I said in my review.
Because he's worried about Kang coming back to kill him. That's why.
But overall, I don't know. I want to say it's more of a sell than a buy at this point, because there's so many other things out there that I want.
Yeah. There are a lot of, I'm with SB. I love this suit. I have Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I got the Grin one. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get any. I'm not updating this, but you guys, that's
the head sculpt is iconic at this point. So it's like,
the Grin. Yeah.
Yes. It's iconic. It's like a piece of Hot Toys history you just want to have just to have. It's so bad.
Like Tony Stank.
And the only thing wrong with it was the way they did the teeth. That's the only thing wrong with it. Otherwise, it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
That's another one that is in the closet that I need to have come out of the closet. I got a lot of figures that need to come out of the closet, and that's one of them. And my Ghostbusters and a lot of other stuff. But
I got a feeling those are not coming out the closet until the 2.0s come out.
I know, right? Because they're gonna go on a pre-order sometime in the first quarter. So it's like, I'm still gonna get those. Like they got different head sculpts. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, oh, look at this! It's the dynamic duo from my least favorite Batman movie. Although, do I like it more than Batman versus Superman? And those those don't count as Batman movies. No, I like the Batman. I don't like this movie as much. After being teased weeks ago, maybe even months, I can't remember. What was this, the Tokyo show? I think it was the Tokyo show.
Yep.
Before Tokyo
Hot Toys
as well.
Yeah. So weeks ago. Time is slowing down for me at this moment. Hot Toys has announced Batman and Robin from Batman and Robin. George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell, nipples and all, baby. And in the script, I made sure that I said this is not a great movie. Just so everybody knows, I wrote that in the script. Buy or sell Batman and Robin. S-Beam, it's your turn to go first.
Like, you even have to ask. This is 100%.
I know you're buying. What? Yeah, you're buying.
I've been asking for this one. I want a Clooney Batman to complete the Batman ensemble. So I still need Battinson, of course, but I didn't care for Battins as Batman either. But I need him. I want him. So because it's all history and it's all nostalgia connected to that one character. So when I was growing up, of course I liked the movie because it was aimed at kids. It was aimed at selling toys. So that's what this movie was strictly made for. And
I'll give you that because I was not. I don't believe. I think I was
So
when did this come out? 97.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
97.
So I was.
Yeah.
I was over 20. So
was it weird with the nipples? Yeah,
I was 22. I was
22.
22, so it wasn't aimed for me. Maybe that's what it was about. I don't
16.
know. You were 16?
16. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So was I the oldest when this came out out of this whole crew here? Yeah, son of a bitch. But I look good, baby. I look good. But anyway, continue, SB.
But I was also a Schwarzenegger fan, so seeing Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze in this film was incredible at that time.
That's a good point. And this was it So that made
Yes.
the Mr. Freeze in the robe.
Mr.
I
Ice,
think that was pretty damn cool. I thought that was pretty damn cool.
He's chilling down there with my gentleman of crime.
See what y'all did.
Yeah, so you need that.
So,
wait,
yeah.
Moose was 35.
35.
Man.
In 1997. No wonder I'm the only one that doesn't hate this movie. I was still a young lad watching this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, by all means, it's not a good movie. It did not age well, but back in the day, it was still pretty cool. And then
it's sad because Clooney seems like he'd be a great Bruce Wayne. He's like suave, smooth.
Mm-hmm.
They removed that Caesar haircut that he had with ER. So
right.
Oh, Pedro was 21. So Pedro and I are about the same age. Sweet.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll be getting these guys for sure, picking them up, him and Robin. And I got both the other Batman and Robins, Kilmer and the one from Forever, so I gotta get it.
Yeah. I understand. I totally understand that point, and not just getting all the Batmans, but getting the Batmans from like the 90s movie group. But anyway, Jay, are you buying or selling these?
I'm selling this hard. But with that being said, I do, like I said, I've been saying it all week. I like the fact that they exist, for the fact that you pretty much have Hot Toys has produced just about every Batman iteration that has come out. So that is amazing in itself, and what a feat. And for the people that do have that So Toys I forget his name. Jesus, just lost my train of thought.
Jesus lost your train of thought. Damn.
Yeah, he did.
Jesus.
He did. But yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze, Jesus. For people to have that is a good. I mean, this is great. This is a great counterpart to have these. So that's good, and they're good looking figures. That's the thing. They look great. That looks like George Clooney under that cowl. I do think with Chris O'Donnell's Robin, the hair looks a little fuzzy. I think the hair, usually I'm always praising Hot Toys for their excellent hair sculpting. That one just looks a little soft for some reason. It just does. But I get it. This is a prototype. Yeah. I'm not going to beat it up too much because it is a prototype. Maybe they'll come and change it. My biggest beef with these figures is, just like the Batman Forever figures, these can't pose worth shit. You look at the pictures right now, they are barely able to pose these things. They cannot. These are statues. They are boring figures. They're visually cool, but they're boring figures. And because I'm boring to pose. If you're a poser and you like to put them in dynamic poses, you're going to have a time with them. They'll do a pose. They'll do a couple poses, but then you'll see that arm suddenly just snap back into place. So I think that's a problem, which I get it. That's how the actual suits were. That's how the suits were made. And that makes it cool because Hot Toys was aiming for accuracy. We want that accuracy, and that's how those rubber suits were. So I get it. But as for me, this is a nah. I remember seeing this in the movie, being 16 years old, and I was kind of hyped for it because I was a big Batman fan. When I saw them come out on them damn ice skates, I damn near walked out the damn. So, even I was like, even at 16, and this goofy little 16-year-old I was, even I was like, this is some bullshit. And it's like they totally jumped the shark. So for me, nah, this movie almost killed the superhero movies, guys. It almost did, you know. And Blade had to bring it. Blade had to swing that sword in that leather trench coat and bring it on back. So, you know, think about that too. But like I said, as of figures, like look at them right there, they look good. And the fact that we're getting everything Batman is amazing. It is. It's definitely amazing. And like I said, like I guess Beam said it. If he has the other ones, why not? You know what I'm saying? If you have, I mean, because it becomes one of those things where it's so bad till it's so good. You know what I'm saying? And it's always to each his own. If I don't dig it, you know, a lot of people did dig it. There's a lot of people that were children when this came out, and when they saw those ice skates, they were like, "Oh wow," you know what I'm saying? And that's cool too.
Yeah.
So there's an entry point for everybody. It was just that at that point, I was exiting out, and where in my eyes where they fell, the first couple of Batman movies, Batman '89 Returns. Well, Returns, we know what that is. That's really a monster movie. And I was 11 years old, probably had no business seeing it, but I was a weird 11-year-old, and I loved it. Still love it to this day. It's a Christmas movie, but
Thank you. It is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
Wait, which one's a Christmas movie?
Batman Returns. I've been saying it for years.
Oh yeah,
it's a Christmas movie.
Every Christmas Eve, I'm with that. That's my movie.
Yep.
It's on my list.
I got better fish to
Helen.
fry. I love Max.
Hold on, let's move on. Let's move on because I'm looking at the time, and after this one, we'll do. I have 2 more in this round, but we'll do them like a lightning. You give me like 1 or 2. But Helen, I want Helen to give me her thoughts. But before we do that, Stat Boy gave us a stat that says Joel Schumacher added the bat nipples because he wanted the suits to resemble Roman centurions' armor.
Yeah.
Did they really put? Yeah, they did put nipples on those things.
Yeah.
But they're weird nipples on these. These aren't like regular nipples. I'm sorry. They're not centurion nipples. I don't know what they did. But yeah, thank you for the stat boy. Helen, how do you feel about these? Are you buying or selling these?
It's a buy for me, and it's funny because I think if you'd asked me at the start of the year, I would have been like, no, this is the worst movie. Why would I want these? But I've committed to an 89 to 97 line, and I think this is a great opportunity to have the 4 iterations of Batman from that part of, you know, the sort of Batman lore in cinema. And it's something that I think a lot of us didn't think would happen. Even getting Kilmer was a surprise. And I think because the Forever figures have been bargain bin, I was a bit like, will they go for George? Won't they? So the fact they have, I think, is quite interesting. It makes me quite hopeful that perhaps we'll get some more figures from that era of Batman, because for me, I totally agree. It's not a great movie. I rewatched it this year. It doesn't stand up. But I remember being in the cinema and seeing Batgirl on screen as a woman, as a, you know, teenage girl. That was a huge moment for me because you didn't have a lot of female superheroes like that. It's Lois Lane, it's Vicky Vale. So to have a protagonist and a woman, and Alicia Silverstone says maybe 60 words in the movie. So is it a big role? No, it's not. But still, it was amazing to see. So I think this is where we need to also be a bit mindful that, you know, collectors are in quite a wide age demographic. And I feel like people who are maybe 10-ish years younger than me, like, so maybe like late 20s, early 30s, they love George. This was their Batman. As kids, they thought this was great. So I think it's a buy, and I would be really interested to see how this figure goes sales-wise, because I think if it does well, perhaps we will see Hot Toys revisit some of the villains and side characters from these movies.
From your mouth to Hot Toys is Howard Chan's ears for the people that want this, because a lot of the characters from after Returns, a lot of the fun characters are the villains. You know, the Jim Carrey Riddler, the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, and having Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze, and I'll even give you that Bane, like roided. Yeah, well, I guess he's roided up, but he's like extra. He was extra in that movie. Bane, and he couldn't talk. And Bane's a smart dude. He's not
he's not a dummy. Please.
I ain't gonna lie.
Nice.
If they put out the final scene suits, the final battle suits with Batgirl,
the different color, like the
the black and gray suits and how they look, because they looked visually stunning in those suits. That I ain't gonna lie, that would be hard for me to pass up. I think that would be. I remember looking at the Parade magazine back in the day and seeing that shot of them all together, and I was like, damn, they look so cool. That's what got me, that's what got us all hyped for the movie.
For you, I was gonna say, for all you young kids out there, there was no internet. Well, there was kind of an internet at this, not the same as it is now. Let's just be clear. We had to deal with we had to work with magazines, and sometimes the Panini sticker books. Get some things, and maybe a card, some tops, because like the Ninja Turtles, the 1990 Ninja Turtles, you had to get like tops to see stuff, the magazines. So yeah. All right, so we got 2 more buy or sells. We're gonna do kind of like a rapid thing, because I don't like to go 2 hours here. We're at an hour, but the first one, if you want to go off screen, Helen, and come back as Miss Allison, if you need to do
she's already here, Costa,
like Wonder Woman does. Oh, now I'm dizzy. I'm loving my standing desks. Let's just say I've been standing this whole time. I can go here, I can go there. You can see my display case. Anyway, I'm loving it. All right. Now for a little Star Wars. Hot Toys continues to announce limited edition troopers from Star Wars because they don't like you, especially the trooper collectors. They really hate you. That's the real thing. This week it was the Pimptastic Range Trooper, because damn, he's saying right here, better have my money. You better have my money. Shelf presence is an understatement with this figure. For me, this has so much shelf presence. I got this figure. Anyway, buy or sell the Range Trooper. Jay. I'm trying to. I was like, who was I? Jay, give me your couple of sentences on your thoughts.
Buy it if you can.
Buy it if you can.
Buy it if you can, because I couldn't. I got that little red message of death after waiting 15 minutes. I was 7 minutes late jumping into the queue. I knew I wasn't going to get it. I thought it looked promising, and then I was hit with it appears that this item is in someone else's cart. And I was like, damn.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. That's when I knew it was all over. I mean, I could have hung in there, but I was like, you know what? I'll just let the feet sink in.
Yeah, but let's talk about the figure itself.
Oh, it's pimptastic. It's pimperific.
Yeah,
baby.
All right. That's all I need to hear.
It's pimperific, baby. Come on. He got a chinchilla collar, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. And the boots are an accessory. My God. Howard did this. Howard put this out just for me. I ain't even going. That's how I feel. I mean, anyway.
I'm gonna hang it upside down from the display case.
Are the boots really magnetic?
Yep.
Are they really?
The boots were made magnetic.
Somebody had it on the side of their car.
On my display case. What about you, Helen? How do you? I know you're not a Star Wars fan.
I'm not, but I live with Darth Allison, who says buy all the troopers all the time, and she will not shut up about fine faux fur and mechanical boots. I thought the boots had fur, and I was a bit bummed they didn't, because I thought it was the trooper with the boots. With the fur. And we could have just gone with that song, but lamentably it does not. So I mean, I guess I'm just, because again, I'm not a Star Wars person, so it surprised me because I thought people didn't really like the Solo movie, but then everybody seems to want this. I'm just glad I'm not a Star Wars collector and my wallet is continually mark safed from the barrage of releases that comes from this IP.
And just just so Solo after the fact is a good Star Wars movie. It really is. If you go, one day we'll have to do maybe I'll do a marathon watching, and we'll watch together on the channel. Maybe we'll do a whole group, and Darth Allison can come in and actually watch all the movies with all of us.
You don't want that, because when Darth Allison touched a lightsaber in Florida, the Acolyte got cancelled. So be careful what you wish for, Costa. I'm not even joking.
That was a good thing.
All right. S-Beam, what are your thoughts on this bad boy right here? Or it could be a bad girl. We don't know what's under there. We have no idea.
It's true. Hence the fur.
Could be a bagger. Gonna shoot you.
I'm a huge fan of niche figures, so this one's pretty cool. You don't see this a whole lot, so it's 100% buy for me. Like Jay said, though, if you're able to, I like Jay sat in the queue for a minute and got the red bar of death. Sat there for a good 45 minutes trying to refresh and still didn't get them. So,
you know what?
But I heard you got in there twice. Did you not?
I got in there 3 times, and it was still available.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not coming on your show anymore just because.
And there you go. I'll give you a point because you're not getting it, but I am. Even though maybe it'll come in. I'll be like, oh,
evil Costa. That's what's going on.
What the fuck did I do? And maybe one of my friends could benefit, or I'll just sell it at cost.
Congrats to those who did get it. Hopefully my waitlist converts.
Well, I had that happen to me with Moon Knight. I didn't get in until like 15 minutes into the thing, and I was just like, I'm not getting it. Who gives a shit? I wanted it because of my cousin who passed away, and I'm like, click, and then I got it. So I didn't give up. It took me like 25 minutes of click. But yeah, weird thing. I got into the queue before the thing, got into the queue before the time, 1 o'clock, but I forgot that I did. And I put my phone in my pocket, and I got upstairs and it was 1:02. And I looked at my phone. It said, "You're next." And I was like, oh shit. And then it was very easy. Didn't even get kicked out. But again, as Randall says, limited editions and exclusives are horseshit. Everybody should have an equal chance to get the figure. Mondo does it best. They do you get like a week, 3 days to 10 days to have your chance. You miss it then you miss it then. But at least you don't have to fight bots and other people to get one, know? And I'm just paraphrasing what Randall said. Why do you need it to be exclusive? I can understand why the company wants it exclusive, because the company wants to make money and drive the price. The aftermarket is where the price goes up. They don't see that money. They just want to drive interest in their company.
Yep.
But why do you want an exclusive? Your wife doesn't give a shit. Your girlfriend doesn't give a shit. Your boyfriend certainly doesn't give a shit. Unless all of them collect. If your significant other collects, then I apologize. But if they don't give a crap. My kids don't care. They're like, oh, that's exclusive. Okay, I'm gonna go and watch SpongeBob. See ya. Like, come on in here, check out my stuff. They don't care. They don't. It's all for. I've gone through 15 years of therapy, so now I can say. Like the hole, I can be like, you know what? I don't need the hole filled that much. We're good. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. I went on the whole time for that. Let's get to the last one in this round. And it is the in-art release, their Joker 4-pack. And I'm not talking about the Heath Ledger Joker. I'm talking about the Joker from Joker, which hot take, I didn't like either movie. So go talk to me in the comments, or don't talk to me in the comments because I don't care. There is some controversy about the head sculpt on the red suited Joker, but it could be lighting, it could be whatever. But buy or sell the in-art Joker from Joker. Helen.
I'm a sell for a number of reasons, and I think I agree that the lighting in this video is not great. So having seen further coverage of the red suit sculpt, I think it looks better than what it looks like in this video. But I'm still firmly of the opinion that that is the weakest sculpt of the four. And if you're wanting the Joker, the red suit Joker should be the jewel in the crown. That should be the strongest head sculpt.
Yes.
That's the iconic part. That's when he is Joker. So the fact that the other three head sculpts, to me, look a lot better, I think that's a big letdown. So the fact that you can't buy that red suit on its own, you've got to either get it in a 2-pack or a 4-pack. I think, first of all, that's a big disadvantage because I could see people forfeiting their NRD on this to get the Hot Toys version. Because do you want the to commit the space you need for these with dioramas and all these figures? It's a big commitment. And what are the odds that you love both of those movies? Because I think that sequel is very love it or hate it. I don't think there's any in between with it. So I think the timing of this is a little bit unfortunate. Had it come out before the sequel, I think it would have been a different story. But I still can't look past the fact the red suit is the weakest. And I think that is not a great position to be in. And I also just, I can imagine the bulk of the Hot Toys Jokers coming out before this, because I am of the belief InArt is releasing these 3 figures to say they've released 7 figures this year. I don't believe that anything more than a handful of this, Ron, and Paul Atreides is going to come out. So I think this is InArt trying to be a little bit smart, a little bit clever, because I guarantee you will probably be this time next year and people will still be saying, I'm waiting for my rooted 4-pack. It's going to take forever.
Hold your thoughts on that because
sorry.
The showdown, baby. We got the showdown, and are we going to talk about that? S-Beam, are you buying or selling the 4-pack? I guess we'll say the 4-pack. That's the only thing that was shown, right? That's the only one.
No, they showed the 2-pack as well.
Oh, did they?
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the red suit and Arthur Fleck. They did 2 videos.
Yeah.
Sell the 4-pack. I'm getting the 2-pack because that's super damn pricey. I wasn't gonna pay that much for a 4-pack of figures when the movie's good, but it was great when it came out, but it's kind of gone down to it's a good movie and it's worth a watch. And the second one,
I'll give it to you.
I did not like, but I'm glad InArt did this. Unfortunately, their videos suck, so it's hard to tell whether or not it's a good figure or not. I think
you're right. Their videos
extremely long for some reason. I don't know why the neck is so long. It should. What I remember from the film is his neck was for closer to his jackets and whatnot, but it could have been just the way it was. But it does not look the neck does not look accurate to me. I'm curious why 2 of the same hands are holding the cigarette as well. Why wouldn't you have one for each hand?
Oh shit! Yeah.
But yeah, it's worrisome. It's worrisome because it's still a lot of money just for the 2-pack. It's like it was $1,000. So I got time to make up my mind because I did order mine from Spec. Time will tell whether or not I get this one and just go with Hot Toys. I didn't pre-order Hot Toys, but Hot Toys is definitely the cheaper option. And I would like this figure to be in the collection as well because it's a Joker, and I still want to create the scene of all the Jokers sitting around a table.
That would look cool. Real quick, on my rant about exclusives, Statboy says Mondo also does limited edition figures from time to time, like con exclusives. Yeah, but every once in sometimes actually a con exclusive that I have is the Joker. Oh yeah, that was limited to 1,000. Damn it! Thanks, Statboy. That's why he's Statboy and I'm not. Jay, are we buying this 4-pack? Did you buy this 4-pack?
No. Anyway, no. This is a sell for me. The commitment is just It's too much of a commitment. And I was actually one of the people that said I did like the first film a lot. But I didn't actually thought that it needed a figure release because of the subject matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't think it needed.
No
I didn't think
figure. Okay.
I didn't think you needed a figure release. Period. Or I'm not gonna say. I think that's. I mean, product. Anybody could produce product, but I didn't need a representation of this particular Joker.
Okay. That's
I've
interesting.
since
Yeah.
then changed on that. Yes, I am a hypocrite at times. I get it. I am entitled to change my damn mind. I'm a human. We do that. Because the artistry. I mean, I love art. I do. I'm the type of person that will go into a museum and would stare at a painting all fucking day if I had the time to. I love art, and these are just arts. I agree with Helen that I do think the red suit is the weaker sculpt of the four, which that sucks. That should not be. I don't know how they missed the mark on that. But I will also say it's hard because we've seen bad light. I mean, we can say bad lighting, we could say all that stuff, but that's a video of the product. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much the lighting is going to be. Now I have seen other people. I forget who it is. I'm not sure. I'm forgetting the guy's name escapes me on Instagram that has this, but he did some shots with it and it looked fantastic. It did. The red suit did. So it's kind of hard. We don't have it in hand yet. So I don't want to bash it too bad, because we don't have it in hand. But by the look at what we're seeing in this video, to me, as Beam had a point, I think the neck, when he was sitting in that scene where he was sitting, had his neck turned and his head turned looking at Mary, his neck was closer. It seemed to be closer in the collar of the suit. So that neck does look a little elongated. His face on that red one does look a little elongated. I don't know, how that happened. But like I said, I don't know until we actually have it in hand or until we actually see more videos. So I'm going to reserve my opinion on that at this point. But right now, yeah, it does look a little weak. I will admit that. But this looks fantastic. All in all, it is amazing. You have to have this is a major commitment. You have to really love this film. Huge
commitment.
And a huge price tag. And it's so many other things that's out now that you can get, that you can spend your money on. And now with that Artisan Hot Toys option, it doesn't look, I got that one. That's the one I am getting, the Artisan Hot Toys. Okay. I was able to get that. So that I will have a representation of the Joker red suit in that collection. Now, this is a bad time to put this out because that second movie, Fully Ado, is fully shit. I mean, it's bad. And I mean, almost universally, but anytime you see a movie that was out October 4th, now on digital release within like a month, actually,
yeah,
it's bad. That is bad. And Hollywood should have just let them rock with this one. Let this be a standalone, let it be what it is, and moved on. But I get it, $1 billion, money talks, bullshit walks all day long. But the second one does a disservice almost to the first one. And I think you're going to see a lot of people, honestly, with the price tag, with that face sculpt on the red one, you're going to probably see some people kind of back out, which if you want this, that's cool because then it gives other people opportunities to get it. But I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Pedro also makes a good point that they were mandated to make these prestige and high-priced figures by Warner Brothers. So I can see it's weird. Like, why were they mandated? But like, did Hot Toys not get mandated? I don't understand this whole, the whole toy licensing. But we are finished round 2. Wow, that was long. I'm sorry, guys. I should have made less questions. And normally I cut stuff, but let's quick look at the. God damn, is this where I can't even see the screen? I'm just like shooting, hitting the buttons, but I can't even see the numbers. All right. Looks like Helen 26, Jay 26, and SB right there with 24. God damn. Okay. I normally would have a commercial, but I'm sorry, I don't have a commercial. and I want to play my my video for the channel members at the end. So we will hold off on that. All right, Showdown. We're gonna do one question for Showdown, and maybe we'll do we'll have a fun question at the end. Let's just go to the Showdown real quick. All right, so there have been rumblings in the community that Lisan Al Gaib is releasing soon. If it does, it will be very early, considering Paul went on pre-order 10 months ago, this past March. Something smells fishy to me. But anyway, if this is true, what does that say about InArt's production ability? Oh my God, who are we at? Are we at Helen or are we at S-Beam?
S-Beam, right?
S-Beam, what the fuck's going on with InArt?
Well, hopefully they found a way to ramp up production and get some more stuff done. But at the same time, hopefully they're not doing rush jobs and screwing up their product. Could be either one, but at the same time, I don't have anything from InArt. I'm still waiting on that Superman.
Really?
I wasn't able to snag Aragorn like I wanted to. Again, the Arthur's out, but who knows when I'm going to get him. Even if they do release, it could be summertime by, depends on how you order them. This was their first, global license?
Yep.
So you were able to order straight from them. So it'd be kind of really annoying if you get your
to get Muad'Dib.
You get your Paul before you get your Superman. But I don't know. They need to get the ball rolling, and they need to get their figures out because
it's in stock on Timmy. Oh shit!
Wow.
Which one? Paul?
Paul?
I that's what I'm assuming. Or is he talking?
Really?
Oh wait.
Wait. Arthur. He may be talking about Arthur.
Maybe he's maybe he's talking about the Joker. What about you, Jay? What the hell's going on? How are they getting this guy out early?
Well, damn it, Brand, stop. Get on it.
What
BC.
did Ren say?
Get on it, BC.
Because Tim sent,
it is on.
Oh, he's saying Paul and Ron
are
in stock right now.
They're in stock right
Tim
now.
Sent. It's happening tonight, guys. It's happening tonight.
The no desert mouse version, yeah.
Yeah, 5,000 yen, 5,080 yen. Yeesh. Oof. Was that about?
Will Bob Dylan recycle this Paul head to make a movie Bob Dylan?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Because he has a rooted Paul already. So.
Yep. Yeah, so man. What I'm thinking, like Superman, we're seeing a common thing with this as we see Paul is now out and available. One SKU, right? It's not. He doesn't come with he wasn't like the Batman that came with like an all-in set. It was like 3 different SKUs. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it plays a part in it as well, because we saw that kind of with Aragorn a little bit too. Aragorn it wasn't a major wait for Aragorn. It was it was about a year. So it took some time for people to get Aragorn, of course. But I feel that people got Aragorn sooner than we got Aragorn sooner than Gandalf. Gandalf seemed like it took a lifetime to get. And I got Aragorn and Gandalf both from Kit. And Aragorn took me it felt like almost a year and a half, whereas it was like maybe 4 or 5 months to get Aragorn. So I think they're getting better with their production. But like S-Beam said, I hope that they're not, jeopardizing their quality, because people come to this line for the quality and the price. You know what I'm saying? These are pricey ass figures. So we needed to look like that. You know what I'm saying? We need to look like these prototypes or better.
Yeah, these are not the production pictures. These are the prototypes. So
we needed to look like this, or as close as possible as this. But I remember when Aragorn came out, people were talking, a little bit about Aragorn. They thought it was a dip in quality, but still, and it probably is. In hindsight, it probably is a dip in quality. I thought it was a lot of photography, but but it's still it's still a great figure. And I think that's what it is. I think that I think it's more about the accessories, and it's not a bunch of SKUs. I think when it's more of a 1 to 2 SKUs, I think it's easier for them to get it out. And I think if you look at this, all the work is in the head sculpt, the suit. I mean, of course they had to put work in the suit, but still it's not a overly complicated figure is what I'm trying to say. So I think that also takes it. Yeah. And if you know anything about these warehouses or production, it's all about what's ready. You know what I'm saying? What's ready, or what's coming off the conveyor belt, what's ready. And this was just one that was just ready.
Helen, I know you have a
let Helen back in.
Oh, Helen.
Sorry, I just got so hyped about the in-art that my internet.
You're like something in-art, yeah.
So I unfortunately missed part of what Jay said, so apologies if I'm repeating stuff. But Costa, you kind of led with, has in-art's production improved? And I'm a skeptic. I genuinely believe the 3 of these figures will be such a small batch. And I think they're doing this to say they have increased their production, because last year it was 4 figures. This year,
hot take.
To date, yeah, hot take, Helen. This year it was 4 figures for the longest time, but even then I would argue what's fully released. Like, I think perhaps the Harry Potter is fully released. I don't think the Batman is fully released, and I'm not 100% sure on Aragorn. And the funniest thing is... You go to Hong Kong, I saw 12 Aragorns just sitting on the floor in a mall. So it's quite hilarious that we're all sitting here going, where is this stuff? Sitting in boxes in Hong Kong on the ground. So I'm a bit still, the proof is in the pudding. So, okay, you've released these figures, cool. But when are we going to see general population collectors start to receive this? Because even with things like the Pattinson Batman, we saw the reviews from the usual suspects, and it took a long time for the average collector to get this in their hand. So I'm like, have they improved? I don't know, because the other thing that concerns me is I feel like people who are getting these later batch figures, they're having problems. They're having to give their figures haircuts. I don't want to give a figure a haircut. Like, for the price I'm paying, I don't want to have to give Robert Pattinson a haircut.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are. So this is what gets me. We're seeing QC issues. We're seeing inconsistencies. So I think for me, the proof is, when do we see these figures actually released? Because they did this with the Heath Ledger Joker. They dropped a small amount right before the end of the year to say, hey, we met the December deadline that we said we'd release it by. But then a lot of us, I don't think I got mine till July of the next year. And if I have to wait, that's fine. But this is where I feel like they should be more upfront with the release schedule, how long we should realistically expect to wait, but also don't say you're doing a batch system to ensure QC, and then we see a lack of QC in the later batches. So this is where it's like, they've gone very silent of late. We don't see their spokesman, John, on the streams telling us, oh, we'll get back to you. You never do. So I'm like,
he never does.
Walk the walk. Like, you've said all this stuff about we want to be premium, we want to be quality, we want to make sure it's amazing. So do that then. You shouldn't be punished for being in a later batch. And the other thing that I think is very interesting, like S-Beam talked about, Paul was the first global license. I've had people say to me they ordered the in-art Superman in Australia from in-art directly, and they've only just recently got it. So I don't even think they're prioritizing their official distributors, which for me is a head scratcher. Like, if you're trying to be this brand with global licenses and big distribution, wouldn't you want to incentivize people ordering from your authorized channels where you're licensed? Like, a lot of stuff they do makes me scratch my head. So I'm like, they're making some nice figures. I won't deny some of the stuff they're coming out with looks beautiful, but the business and the manufacturing and the kind of backing up what they're saying, I still think has a little ways to go.
They need to step it up, and I mean, totally. So they have to. It's been, what has it been, 4 years now?
It's been about 2 years. Yeah, it's been 2 to 3. Well, sort of, they've had a year of talking, and then they've had a year of sort of figure production. And I'm always like, you know, you can't come out and talk like LeBron James and then play like Bronny. Like, you got to back up the talk. So that's what we're waiting for. It's been 2 years. Back it up, guys.
I will say this. You know how they were, like, with the original Heath Ledger Joker, they're like, oh, we're going to have it out at this time. We're going to have it out this time. They did release it at the time they said, but it was like 10 figures. It was like 10 figures until the following year. Just so, like, Helen makes a good point. They were just doing it to hit their numbers. I love getting.
And I think
Ronnie's catching strays on our stream, on this stream.
But this is what gets me. Like, sure, we're gonna see the usual, and this is what gets me. John's gone, no, there's no more influencer batch. Hogwash. You watch. The same people will have that figure and have reviews out in the next week.
I'm gonna speak on that. And I'm gonna speak on that on this. I get it, and I understand for people that are spending their money, that is aggravating as hell to see. It is. When you're saying it's out and only 10 people have it. I get it. But at the end of the day, and I'm just putting it out there, it makes completely sense because they don't have any distribution is this company's problem. We've been knowing that for a while. That's what it is. They really can't distribute shit, and that's really what the problem is.
So they're getting them in statues.
Say that again.
Who do they use for their statues? Like, do their statues have the same problem? Do we know that Queen Studios?
Well, they're blocked from Sideshow. Sideshow blocked them from selling because they don't.
Yeah, but you still get them from Spec Fiction. You still get like you can still get the same channel because their 1/6 licenses are pretty much the same as their statue licenses. Right. Although they have been allowed to do some Marvel and some things, and they've gotten approval from Sideshow to do them. But like, who is their, like, are their statues getting out there better? Or like, I wish anybody out there collects statues and get Queen Studios. Does it take forever to get your statue?
But no,
I want to know, why is it taking forever for them to do this? Here's what I think real quick. I think that they overpromise, and when they find out that they overpromise, they release a little bit that they can release to have it officially released the way that it's supposed to be released, and then everybody else has to wait like 8 years. My other thing about the quote unquote influencer batch, a lot of people in the community, there was never an influencer batch, right? Hot Toys never sent it to people. Sideshow never sent it really to people to review. What would happen is a lot of these guys go to the resellers, get it early, because over here we used to always get it 3 months late, and now it's crazy. Some of these figures are taking more than 3 months to even get shipped here. Maybe that's a worldwide shipping thing. But I think a lot of people are mad about the influencer batch because they're prioritizing people who will review it, but you can't buy it at that time. Yeah. Like, it's all sold out. So it makes no sense to even do that.
Okay, and but I want to
someone
ask
like
this,
Justin, for someone like real quick, for someone like Justin to or whoever, all the those guys to get them early from in art, it really doesn't like help their sales because the sales are done. Anyway,
I think what I was going to ask was, like, I get it. Like I said, I mean, even me, like, waiting for it and seeing other people with it and then not getting Gandalf for like a whole year. It's like, damn, I want my figure. I've been waiting, and I get that. But I guess the question I want to ask, do people even? I mean, what do you want them to do, to get rid of the influencer batch completely? I think
they need to.
I think they need to be honest, Jay. That's my thing, because they've just been so smoke and mirrors with it. So John has said on streams that, oh no, we don't pick the influencer batch, our retailers do. And that's not true, because Joao has openly talked about the fact he was getting early figures through Kit, and then it was like, sorry, you're off the list. So just own it. That's my biggest thing. If you're like, you know what, guys, we've identified 5 YouTubers in the West and 5 content people in Asia, and they're getting first batch because that's what we want to do, I'd go, respect. It's your thing to do. But the fact they don't own it, and then John said on one of his recent streams, oh, no, we've done away with influencer batch. It's not a thing. Just be honest. That's my biggest thing. Tell us the truth. Don't blame retailers, and then don't say you've abolished something. Yeah. So this is what I'm waiting to see. So I think if you just went, you know what, this is what we've decided, this is what we want to do as a company, I'd go fair play. But the fact you don't want to own decisions you're making or blame other people, that's what doesn't sit well with me about it personally.
I don't mind the influencer batch, like to me it's like, who gives a shit, you know, I'll get it when it comes, but to make something seem, I don't know, like Helen is saying, they're not being like truthful with the batch. I don't know. I don't have it. Like, if they want to send it to people, why did they even say there's an influencer batch? Yeah, just fucking send it to people. Yeah, just send it to the people.
I mean, this is why.
Same thing. Yeah,
this is why Hot Toys operates the way they do. And I mean, and that's why they're successful. That's why they operate. We don't know it until it's out, and it's not a prioritizing on this person, and that's what it is. And I think the gift and the curse for NR was reaching out to the community, which was great, getting insight from the community. That was great. And I think that was great intentions, but we all know how the road the great intentions ends up. So I think, you know, that, I get it. I totally get it. It ends up, putting them in a bad, spot.
Can I just quickly say, with and even with the batch system, I really feel for their resellers, because they're the ones that are having to bear the brunt of the queries and the burden of the communication. So I think Kit does a great job where he's like, right, this batch has come in. If you're up to this invoice, that's you. But that's where I'm like, but that's where in art, you have social media channels. That's where you could be a bit more transparent to say, these figures are releasing. This is our estimated time period. We will release this many per quarter. So I think people then have a time frame of, okay, a Rooted Joker 4-pack, it's going to be a staggered release over 12 months. I set my expectation. But when we're in this vacuum and we don't know, and you're seeing all these other people, and particularly, as I said, if you've ordered through their website or an official channel, but you're seeing resellers get it, they've created this situation which is not ideal. And I think the worst thing that they've now done is now hidden, because when have they been on a stream in the past 6 months? They've been nowhere to be seen. And I don't think that's helping their case.
If they're smart,
I don't think anybody wants to have them on a stream. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, Will's been trying to get them on for months. Kiko's been trying to have an interview with John for months, and they just won't turn up.
I think they won't turn up. I think what it is they are trying to reevaluate shit now. And maybe it could be too late, but I think they're really trying to reevaluate how all this has worked, and they understand how this all happened, and understand a lot of customers' frustration. I think they do, but I mean, some people may look at it like the bridge is already burnt, but I do think that they need to be transparent. They need to be open more with their communication, or going dark right now. Honestly, I hate to say it, maybe in their best interest right now, and then come out guns ablazing, boom, 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 boom. Because if they do that, nobody will even remember this shit. To be honest with you, they'll just see the good product and keep it moving. But there being hiccups, with there being, lack of transparency, or, and all that other stuff. I do think it's rubbed a lot of customers the wrong way. And I think the waiting is the thing that really is hurting people. Like you said, I think this year, I will say this, I think this year has been better than last year, because that Joker release, oh my God, it took a whole I believe it's probably one person out there that's still waiting on their Rooted Joker 2-pack. And I'm talking about the Heath Ledger one. You know what I'm saying? So I think this year they're getting there. They're doing better. Can they be better than that? Absolutely. But I think in their best interest right now is to go dark until they have all their ducks in a row. That's what I think personally. And that's probably what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, and to answer Pedro, the Asian market does get everything first. But in the case of InArt, most of their licenses are China and Asia only. So most of them. Helen said that they do have Australia and some other things. So yeah, they will get them first. Same thing. Hot Toys, always the Asian market gets it first. So yeah.
I literally saw 13 rooted Aragorn figures.
Wait, were they
in Hong Kong?
But were those?
I could have bought 13 rooted Aragorn figures if I really wanted to.
So they were for sale.
Yeah, no, they're in my they're in a video that I just released. I literally show you 3 pallets.
Yeah, I don't watch your video. So. No,
that's fair enough.
I'm kidding.
But literally, like in one shopping mall, there was 13 rooted InArt Aragorns just sitting on the ground.
That's crazy.
Did they jack the price up on those, knowing what they're going for over here?
Well, but this is the interesting thing. Like, some of the InArt stuff is not really holding its price in the Asian market. This is where it's interesting to talk to someone like 𝗬𝗹, because he was saying things like Gandalf, things like the Heath Ledger Joker, they're not holding their price. So to say premium product and have the price and people thinking it's going to retain its value, like it's not. And we see that when the price takes a dive in Asia, there's that knock-on effect, because if the resellers are starting to sell them cheaper, you then curb your expectation of what you should pay for that regardless of where you are. Yeah. So that's the other interesting thing is, in time, will these, like, you know, I've paid 1,400 Australian dollars for a Heath Ledger Joker. I don't think I could get that money for it now.
Absolutely. You won't.
Yeah.
You won't.
That is so true. The last thing, just one quick fun question. So I saw on today.com that a husband tricked his wife into naming their child after a Batman character because, hey, he's loved Batman since he was 10. And so he started off by, you know, naming like Bruce, and she's like, no, I'm not naming it after a Batman character. He's like, Alfred, no. And then he ended up getting her with a name that she ended up liking, but didn't know it was related to a Batman character from Batman the Animated Series, episode 10. They named their kid Nora after Nora Freeze. Now, would any of you guys do anything so devious to try to get a character of your favorite character, your child named after your favorite character? If you have or ever, like in an imaginary world, decide to have one or whatever, you know, it's all hypothetical. So SB, have you tricked your wife into naming your kids after some superhero character or anything?
Yes.
Oh shit. Which one?
My youngest son is actually named after Liam Neeson.
Nice.
I told her I was just trying to think of 4-letter L names in order to do that, because her name was, 4-letter L name. So, I was just trying to, kind of get it like your name.
Wow, that's awesome. That's crazy.
And then my son's middle names, she was trying to get him, or it's David Christopher. She was trying to get it to be Christopher David, but I talked her into the other way around so that we could put DC in the middle of his name.
Oh, devious. What about you, Jay?
So it was funny. So I actually have 2 of them, because I thought about this for years. Well, the first one, I was trying to name my daughter. Her name is Bella. I was trying to name her 𝗂𝗏 Thrace Carr. That was going to be her name, 𝗂𝗏 Thrace. And my wife was like, "Why is 𝗂𝗏 Thrace? Why are the 2 names?" I was like, "Oh, this is a cool name, real cool name." And then she found out I'm a big Battlestar fan. She's like, "Wait a minute, it's Katie Sackhoff's character. Wait a minute, you trying to name your kid Starbuck?" I was like, "Yeah, because I can call her Starbuck and all that." She was like, "No, you're not doing that." So that was one. Then I had if I had a boy, I was going to name him, one of the names we threw out was Axel, for Axel, either Axel, it would been Axel Rose or even Axel Foley. Axel's just a cool name. So I was, that was that one right there too. And then another one would be an Eric, and that would have been Eric Carr. That would have been like Eric Carr for like the drummer of Kiss. So not exactly superheroes, but different, it's like comics and music, my thing. So yeah.
Well, celebrity, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do anything like that? Helen, would you be like, oh, I need Christian Bale. How do I get Christian Bale into a name or Poison? Actually, what's Poison Ivy's real name?
It's
Poison
Ivy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Ivy.
Yeah, it's Ivy.
I think that would be I think I could have gotten away with Ivy. I think so.
I'm probably gonna have a bit of a different perspective on this being a woman, but I'm like, this woman's carrying a child for 9 months and her body's going through hideous things and you are tricking them. Why? I'm just such a straight shooter. Like, I just think honesty is the best policy. I think have a pet and call it your superhero name. I think at least in these examples, they are typical names. It's not like, I want to call my son Kylo Ren. So I'm like, a name like Liam or Nora, cute names that a child can carry through life without a problem. So with things like that, I go, okay, but I'm just like, I don't know, like tricking someone, like I just kind of go, really, is that your relationship? I don't know. But as I say, I'm looking at it from having friends who've had babies and seeing what they've gone through. And I'm like, the woman goes through so much to bring this child into the world. Let's not trick each other. Let's just be straight with each other. But as I say, I'm probably bringing a very different perspective to this because I have my cat. I've named her Shuri after a superhero. I think there's lots of other outlets you can have if you really need to have a particular superhero name somewhere in your life.
I wasn't going to trick my wife. Well, we actually agreed on a couple of names. So the youngest, the one we had together, her name is Sophia Patricia Amelia, but Sophia's after my mom, Patricia's after her mom. Amelia is after Amelia Pond. So we both love Amelia Pond from Doctor Who. If Sophia was going to be a boy, it would have been Sebastian Xavier Benjamin. Sebastian from the Neverending Story, Xavier Professor X, and Benjamin for Benjamin Franklin, because we love all three of those things. So I wouldn't have to trick my wife into it. Shame on you, sir. Although Nora is a pretty nice name. I think that turned out very well. Even though when she found out, there's a TikTok of her finding out, like they're watching the episode with the whole family around, and they're like, "Hey, doesn't his brother's like, hey, doesn't that name sound familiar?"
My oldest son, his name's Maximus, so you can guess where that's from too.
Dope.
Is it from the game? What is that game? I was gonna make a joke because there's a game where your character's Maximus, but I know where it's from. Glad.
Right. Also, coincidentally, my first comic book character that I created as well. So,
wow! Look at Ghetto Yoda agreed to Kylo for a while. All right, but it didn't go through. I guess it didn't go through. There's no Palpatine on this. Nobody wants to name the kid after Palpatine. No. All right, I guess. God, this is the longest stream I've done. And
you almost did 2 hours.
I know. I gotta do edits like I did before, but I think I felt like we were having such a good time.
It was a good conversation.
All right. Here's the final. It was very close. 30 to 26. Helen, you get 30 seconds to a minute. Maybe you can talk about your cat. I don't know. Like let's make it closer to 30 seconds since we're here at the 1 hour and 48 minute mark, because I am a bad host.
Well, that's not true. I think you're a wonderful host. So very shocked that I won. I thought it was a fantastic conversation today.
It was,
and I just want to. It
was
was great.
very
It was
good.
great.
I loved
If
it.
it's flowing, you got to let it happen, Costa. You got to let the conversation happen. But I just want to touch on something we said earlier, and I'm so glad the rest of the panel agrees. At this time of the year, Batman Returns is the best Christmas movie. There's something for everyone. There's furry penguins for the kids. There's Michelle Pfeiffer for the dads or the boyfriends. There's Michael Keaton for the women. It's a great story. It is set in Christmas. There's mistletoe. There's Christmas parade. So if you watch only one superhero movie at this time of the year, please make it Batman Returns. And that's my spiel.
That is, it really is. There are Christmas trees in that movie.
Yeah.
There's
and mistletoe is deadly if you eat it.
That's right.
Yeah. Especially if we watch a Christmas like movie or show when we eat dinner now, because we have to, everything's in the living room now because the dining room's been sequestered for the holiday stuff. So I'm gonna suggest that tomorrow because it's my turn to pick. Yeah. All right, Jay, what do you got going on? I am sorry I kept you this long. You normally you're like, it's an hour, we're good.
I love it. I love the snappy and just how, you know, everything comes together in the hour. It's a nice package. But no, I thought this was great. This is a great conversation, great topics. And it should have been a long episode today. I mean, you got a hot panel, you got all your panels are always hot. You got a hot panel. All your panels are good. Great host. And I mean, there was a lot that came out this week. It was a whole lot, a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot.
December has been crazy. You guys agree? Yeah. December's been like nuts.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
And anything, I always say this, anything can drop tonight. Anything. I'm hearing rumblings of Artisan Anakin. I've been saying, I feel like I say that every damn stream. Every stream, and I'm always wrong. So
yeah, but
one day I'm going to be right. I'm just going to keep saying it until I'm right.
My last payment got pushed back to January. So
well,
if it drops tonight, I guess I am in the Western world. But anyway, go ahead.
Can I have it?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine.
What do you got going on this week? Are we doing Best of the Best on Thursday?
I think we'll be doing Best of the Best on Thursday.
All right.
I think I may be too full I may have Christmas Day. I'm probably going to eat like a pig, so we'll see what happens. But I think we'll be doing it. Got a lot of videos coming out. A lot of surprise videos coming out. A lot of pre-recorded goodness coming out. So
Two in the Box was great, by the way.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Did you open yours?
No, but I at least I got to see what's going on in there, and I cannot wait to try all that shit out.
It's fun, bro. I'm like a kid. I'm like a little kid right now. It takes me right back to my childhood. I love it. Oh my god, it's almost. I can't say it's funner than the Proton Pack, but it's just, man, when you have it all together, man, it's just. I've dreamed of having all this stuff as a kid, and I have it now as a 40+ old man. It's amazing. It's great. It's a childhood dream come true. It really is.
Yeah, it's so fun. I cannot wait to open it. Is there anything else?
Damn, it got quiet.
I know, because we were waiting for you to finish.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great show, everyone. Definitely.
That's a
sounded
cool
like
shirt.
Sounded like Randall a little bit.
Who, me? You or you?
Or you?
Oh, you.
Oh, that's close.
Hey. Oh, you.
It's weird. It's a mix of it's like, you know, a little Brooklyn, a little this, a little there's a little Jewish in there, but then it's kind of based off of Ronnie the limo driver on Howard Stern.
Shit.
I get that a little bit of that. If you've ever listened to Howard Stern, I don't know if you guys listen to it, but
I'm a big Howard fan. Howard's one of the greatest interviewers, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
No.
Helen, what do you got going on? I saw you posted your video today, or was it? Well, it was hours ago because you're today. This is your morning.
Last night.
So
yeah. So yeah, I just rounded out my series of videos from my trip to Hong Kong. So I've done a vlog showing sort of the main shopping district and the different malls, and I've tried to focus in on the stores that are a bit more relevant for 6 scale collectors, but also give a little bit of a flavor of what it's like in the different shopping malls, but also traveling to Hong Kong because I had an absolutely amazing holiday there. So if people go, please do more than figure shopping because it was a really amazing place to visit. It was so easy to get around. Even as someone that only speaks English, it's such a easy place to travel to and get around. So that's what I've currently, just the newest thing I've got out. And then Collectors Unite is on a bit of a hiatus. Don't know what's happening with that. So I've been doing a bit of a sort of solo live stream on a Friday evening. So this week I will be doing a ranking of my 2024 figure purchases, which was a lot because I've been crazy with buying stuff since Hong Kong and the amazing bargains that were there. So that's what's coming up at the moment.
That is awesome. And I want to address real quick. This guy would know the Batman. This is Poison Ivy's real name.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to point that out. Also, they named their kid, their 2 daughters after Disney princesses, and that is cool. I love that because I'm a Disney nut. I'm behind that. S-Beam, what do you got going on?
I wasn't originally going to go live tomorrow night, but I probably will with the collector's figure. Just Christmas show.
We'll be there.
Will do. Yeah, other than that, I got a few videos coming up. I've got the Kane review to do, that Batman review to do, and then showcase videos. I'll just do some posings and stuff. So, and then, yeah, that's about it. Getting some figures in, hopefully soon. I got Mace on the way, finally.
Nice. Nice.
And then, yeah, a couple other ones down the pipeline.
That is awesome, and I want to thank all 3 of you. Without you guys, this show would just be me and boring, and we had such a good time. What's happening on my channel? Saturdays, I do live builds. You can learn how to make these lights, stuff like that. I got I've been posting some extras for the members. There's a Randall ranting video. There's a Randall rants, and I might do that just for the members. So if you want to become a member and see Randall rant about a topic, his last rant was about exclusives. So it was a 5-minute tirade on exclusives. I don't know how that ended up being 5 minutes. It was very tiring at the end, let's just say. So if you want to become a member, hit a button, become a member. It also helps me do more tutorials. I'm like pointing all around. I'm like, I'll help you build stuff to hang on your wall like this. And then now I'm doing Randall. Randall's like a salesman too. What do you want? You want I'll talk you into buying my favorite figure of the year of 2023 and 2024. Lone Shark Rocky, because he's so dope. It's so good. It's so good. Wait. Now I'm gonna extend this.
Oh no, he lost his hat.
Right.
We'll put it on real quick. Go to Star Race and buy that doughy Rocky. You know you want doughy Rocky. He's figure of the year of 2023 and now 2024. And dare I say it, he's a strong contender for 2025. There's no definition in the face. It looks like Sylvester Stallone's face melted, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and you love it. There's what was it? I talked earlier about Cedric Diggory. His face, it doesn't look like Rob Pattinson. It looks like a stunt double, Tom Mattinson. So go get that. Oh, and the Harry Potter. Go look at that Ron Weasley figure. Does it look like Ron? No, but you'll love it because it's Star Race. Star Race is the way to go. But seriously, Star Race. Good night. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But we'll be back before New Year. We'll be back. Never mind. Forget I said Happy New Year. And we're done. All right. Are there comments about that? Costa turned into Watto. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, I would say that. Gargamus is here. What's up? Frank Stallone. He does look like Frank Stallone.
He does look like Frank Stallone.
It looks like funny. Fucking Frank Stallone.
He does.
It's pretty bad. But he says figure of the year 2022, 2024. I mean 23 and 24. We'll see if it wins it next year, even though it came out in 2023. It's up every year for some reason for Randall. But anyway, I love you guys. Next Saturday show off will be on. I gotta find like a specific time for that because I do it at all different times. I don't know if that screws you guys up. Let me know in the comments. Does that screw you up? Should I do it at a set time? And then we'll do the final points of articulation of the year. I will have a panel. I don't know who yet. Maybe some of these fine people on the panel tonight. Maybe I'll go to the West Coast. Maybe I'll go to England and try to wake up. They're all asleep right now, but I'll wake them up. We'll wake them up. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night and peace.